Hello, good morning. I'd like to welcome every one of you to day two of our vocal fitness adventure. I suppose that you listened to the day one audio that was sent over and over again. This is very important, right? Like I mentioned in that audio, that a superstar is not born by a super coach. A superstar is only directed by a super coach, and then the superstar has to take the responsibility of exercising daily. Right, in the world of athletes they exercise daily to become superstars. And so if you want to be a good vocal athlete, it is important that you exercise daily. So I need you to take seriously every of the instruction that will be coming from my end. Practice, practice, practice. That's all important. And remember, I gave an instruction that you must be hydrated daily, and that is at least eight glass of water daily. Your urine must not be color. If it's color, then you are properly dehydrated. As a singer, or even every human, if you are thirsty before you drink, that means you are really dehydrated. Okay, let's take note of these. There is no amount of exercise, there is no amount of practice you do that will yield results if you are not properly hydrated, because your vocal fold they need lubrication so that they'll be able to vibrate and operate well. All right, that being said, we go to the teaching of today. Now, majorly, there are three organs of the voice. Majorly, there are three organs of the voice. When we say organs of the voice, we're talking about three things that actually affect your singing. All right, there are major three organs of the voice. Now, apart from the breath support system, we're going to be dealing with three major things that have a great impact on your voice. The three major organs are the brain, your throat, and your mouth. The brain, your throat, and your mouth. Now, remember in our last teaching, we talked about things like having a good vocal support, good tonal quality, having good enunciation, and then good territory of the mouth. That is phrasing. All right, that is if you must be reckoned as a good singer. This is part of the things you need to do. So today, as we talk about three organs of the voice, these options will be coming into play. Number one, I said what? The brain. Number two, the throat. And number three, the mouth. Now, the brain is used for calculation. The brain is used for calculation, the throat is used for grooming, and the mouth is used for sounding. In essence, if you are not trained mentally, musically, you won't be able to calculate properly. That is the reason why some people they go off key. Perhaps one reason, but that's not all the reason. One reason perhaps why they go off key is because their mentality has not been trained musically. All right, and that will take us to note identification. For example, we have tonic sophas like do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi re do. Now, I could say sound so in this key. Now, only few singers will be able to identify the note. Now, on this key, I could say sound so, and then some people it will be difficult for them to sound it. Now, we're going to come to that in this 21 days vocal fitness adventure. Now, for example, in this key, do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi re do do. Now, if we say sound so, it's so. All right, and if we say sound la la, and if we say sound fa, it's simply it's an exercise that you need to do. We'll get to that, and that's talking about calculation for the brain. Now, if the brain does not calculate well, then the problem has started. Number two is the throat. The throat is used for grooming. The throat is used for grooming, and in grooming, we simply talk about making the sound better. We talk about timbre, the overall quality, the characteristic sound, quality of the sound that you produce. All of these are processed in your throat. Now, in your throat is what we call the larynx, what people refer to as the vocal cord. And inside the vocal cord or the larynx is what we call the vocal fold. All right, remember when we did vocal anatomy, how your voice works. I did explain all of this in that test that was sent. Now, the vocal fold are twin. They are two tiny stuff in your vocal fold, in a vocal cord rather, in your larynx. You could call it larynx or vocal cord. Now, what this two does is that they vibrate. Their rate of vibration is what produces voice. It could be a low pitch or a high pitch. If it's low, their rate of vibration is low. When it's high, the frequency of their vibration is faster. Okay, now the throat grooms every song and then it sends into the mouth for sounding. Now, suffice it to say, if you don't calculate well, the throat wouldn't groom well and your mouth wouldn't sound well. Today, I'll be focusing on the throat for grooming, right? Like I mentioned before, well, talked about having a good vocal support, tonal quality, having good enunciation, and then good theory of the mouth. That is phrasing, all right? Now, all of these are their roots in the throat: diction, enunciation, good theory of the mouth. They are having their what's it called, having their foundation in the throat and then in the mouth. Okay, now what we're going to do, an exercise that is all important for you to groom your vocal folds, your the trajectory of your mouth, and so on and so forth. Now, in music there are five vowels that are very important. Okay, and there are a, e, o, o, u. Oh, sorry, six rather. There are six vowels that are very important in music. They are a, e, o, u. Now, for you to sound well, there is need for you to sound these vowels appropriately. Okay, and that is the exercise I'll be taking us through today. Now, later on today, I'll be giving us an exercise that will help us determine our range. And when we determine our range, then we'll be able to get the appropriate exercise to go beyond our range. That is the whole essence of this 21 days vocal fitness adventure. Now, I talked about the six vowels of music. Okay, when it comes to singing, six vowels is very important. Now, you're going to do exercises with regard to these vowels, but what I need you to do is first understand the technique that you need to apply in in practicing these vowels. Number one, you must take note that your lips must of a necessity be opened and pointed forward. Opened and pointed forward. Take note of this. It must not be open and then your jaw will drop down. No, it must be opened and pointed forward. Number two, in sounding these vowels, your lip must not close at any point. Now, if you notice that you're having difficulties in keeping your lips, your mouth open and pointed forward in sounding these vowels, okay, that's part of it. You have to unlearn that. Now, in unlearning that, you have to place your your finger on the on your jaw to ensure that it's always down. At any point where it wants to raise up, ensure you use your finger to put it down. Gradually, you'll be able to sound all of these vowels without your lip closing or your jaw dropping down. It is very important that you do this exercise over and over again if you want to sound better as a singer. This is very important. So now I take the vowels again for clarity. The six vowels that are very important to your singing, they are a, e, I, o, u. Very important. Now when you get to I, o, when you get to o and u, there's a tendency for your lip to close and your jaw to go down. Now this is a very important aspect of singing, that you do these vowels. Now this is how you're going to do the vowels for me. First, you sound the a, e, I, o, u. Remember, your lip must be opened and pointed forward. Now, after sounding the vowels, you elongate them, all right? Run them through scales, perhaps, okay? Sustained speech. Remember, singing is a form of sustained pitch. Now, we're going to take it this way. Sustained, all right? Okay, you sustain it. Now you move to the next, which is sustained. Then you go to the next, which is E sustained. We go to the next, which is O. You also sustain it then till you get to the last vowels, R, E, O, O, U. All right. Do this over and over and over again. These are some of the trade secrets of superstars. Those who can sing comfortably on any pitch, they can sound great. Okay, these are some of the trade secret, and I beseech you that you do these religiously. Religiously, do it as if your life is dependent on it. Okay, so we'll take it one more time. R, E, O, O, U, R, E, O, O, U, R, E, O, U. Right? But be gradual. Before you get into fast reading like I just did, be gradual. Ah, sustain. Remember, your lip open are pointed forward. Your jaw mustn't go down. Your lip mustn't close. This is the whole basis of this exercise. All right? I'll take it one more time. A, E, I, O, O, U, A, E, I, O, O, U. Now, my sustain, the sustaining I did on this recording is brief to save time. Okay, but when you are sustaining, ensure you sustain on until you exhaust all the air that you have. Keep on doing this exercise. You when you are through with exercising for a longer period on the device, you can make it faster. A, E, I, O, O, U, A, E, I, O, O, U, A, E, I, O, O, U, E. All right, just something like that. It's gonna be fun. Remember, vocal exercise is always funny, so ensure you get a place where you will not be disturbed. You must be able to cancel inner criticism, because vocal exercise, they're always very, very funny. I can guarantee you that. When we get to day 3, we're going to get into serious intense vocal exercises, the type that is going to sap you of your energy but get you better, the type that is going to need you to do some acrobatics, some athleticism but get you better. Now we're going to talk about power breathing tomorrow, and then the proper technique for building vocal support, power breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, as some coach we call it, is all important. We're going to get into that tomorrow, and I guarantee you, before this 21 days is over, you are going to be a superstar when it comes to the usage of the voice. Remember, you must keep hydrated. I keep resounding this: 8 glass of water daily. Ensure your urine is not color. It's very important. And I'm sure if you keep to this tenets, you're going to be a great singer. Remember, do this exercise minimum 1 hour in the morning, minimum 1 hour in the evening. It is all important. Commit yourself to this exercise. Remember, we said 3 organs are important to the voice: the brain, which is used for calculation; the throat, which is used for grooming; and the mouth, which is used for sounding. If you can't calculate appropriately, you won't groom well. And if you can't groom well, you won't sound well. So do this exercise, and I'm sure you are on the right track to becoming vocally fit. Right? I'm your compatriot Nose Divine. Seeing you tomorrow, day 3.